Hi, welcome to my bookworm sanctuary. My name is Bianca, and today I wanted to rank the Psy-Changeling series by Nalini Singh. The Psy-Changeling series is up there as one of my all-time favourite series. The Immortals After Dark is definitely my favourite all-time series. Full stop, period. The end. The Immortals After Dark are by Chrisley Cole, and Nalini Singh wrote the Psy-Changeling series. So with the Psy-Changeling series, in the first lot of books, I suppose, the first series, it's like 15, 17 books or something like that. And then it's got the Psy-ChangelingTrinity series. And with the Psy-ChangelingTrinity series, there's like 5 books so far, something like that. Storm Echo comes out in July, about that. I have a fly in my library. Go away, matey. Anyway, so with the rankings. So this was really hard for me to rank. Like I said, they're an all-time favourite series, so it's just really, really hard for me to try to plop them in order. And I really don't want to say this is last position. So in spot 20 is a Allegiance of Honor. Oops, there goes that book. Allegiance of Honor. I think this is one of the last books of the Psy-Changeling series. I don't remember what this one's about. That's mainly why it's in 20th position. I really do need to reread the Psy-Changeling series, but I generally just reread specific books that I want to read. Sorry about the bad nail. Ignore that. Anyway, Allegiance of Honor is in 20th position. And then in 19th position is Bonds of Justice. This one is about Max, who's human, and Sophia. Sophia is a J-Psy, and they have a little bit to do with Nikita Duncan, and they're really cute together, actually. So yeah, Bonds of Justice is in 19th position. I do like it though, but yeah. They all had to find a spot in the rankage. This fly is really going to start annoying me, I tell you. Anyway, Blaze of Memory is book 18? Yeah. What? My ranking of 18. Blaze of Memory is halfway through the series, I think, and Katja has lost a memory, and Dev Santos is I think he's Psy from memory. Don't really remember, but yeah. Anyway, it's basically them trying to figure out who Katja is, but Katja sort of doesn't really want to know who she was, and yeah, it's a whole thing. But it's really cool. Blaze of Memory. Is this 17? Losing track already. Shield of Winter. Shield of Winter is about Vasek and Ivy Jane. Ivy Jane is an empath, an Esai, and Vasek is an arrow. So he's got his issues. Yeah, and it's just really sweet. And Ivy Jane has got this really cute little dog, and yeah, love this. Shards of Hope. Shards of Hope is, I think, again, around about Allegiance of Honor. Either this comes after it or just before it. So it's towards the end of the Psy-Changeling series. So Aiden is an arrow Psy, and so is Zara. I call her Zara, so I don't know how you pronounce it. But yeah, so this is really good. They've both, obviously, because their arrows have got major issues. Some trigger warnings for this one. yeah, it's just really, really, really good. I really do enjoy Aiden and Zara together. They're very protective of each other. It sort of saddens me that I've put this low, but yeah, it's been really hard to rank any of these books really. So Drew, this is actually like a older woman, younger man trope as well. Indigo. She's a strong snow dancer lieutenant, and Drew is also strong as well, and he's also a lieutenant, or something like that. They're part of Hawk's pack, so they're wolves, and yeah, this is just Drew is lighthearted, and he's just lovely, and he wants Indy, and nothing's going to stop him from wanting Indy. And Indy is more dominant of the two. And yeah, and you meet Adria, or you hear about Adria in this. And so yeah, I really, 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 really do love this. But unfortunately, it had to find a spot in the rankage somewhere. And then I'm going to say Mind to Possess. This one's about Clay and Talia. Talia and Clay have a really fucked up past. Really bad. Clay basically grew up without a pack, so he was like a lone cat on his own. And yeah, so there's issues there, and he's been to jail, and Talia's in the middle of stuff, and things are going on, and I really don't want to tell you what. So I'm being really badly vague. Even that a sentence that makes sense. Anyway, yeah, I really do love this though. It's very sweet. Then I'm actually going to say the first Psy-Trinity book. This is The Last Guard. I actually think this is the last book that was just released. I'm pretty sure. Yes. Kanto has a spinal injury, so he's in a wheelchair and needs the wheelchair to be mobile. Empale doesn't see his disability, which is really lovely. Well, she does, but you know what I mean? Like, yeah. Anyway, I really do, really, really do like this one. It was a bit different because I think it's the first one with a physical disability. So yeah, I really do like this. It was really, really good. Look, if you want a better explanation about the Psy-Changeling series, go watch Steph from the Novelty Corner. She's done much better reviews about the books. And they're a little spoily, but that's fine. But yeah, she's basically talked all about each book in depth, like proper in depth, and she's way more intelligent than me, so it makes a hell of a lot more sense. But then I want to rank Alpha Knight. I have no idea what rankings this is by now. But Alpha Knight is about Ethan and Selenka. And things are going on now with the Trinity Accord, as we all should be aware of if we've read the Psy-Changeling series. And yeah, it's good. Crap, I'm not that bright, am I? But I really do like this because Selenka, like Ethan, just is an arrow, but he's not really an arrow, and he and Slanka basically do insta bond, and it's him trying to figure out her wolf pack, because she's the alpha of the pack, and they're Russian, and there's a little bit of Valentine in here, and yeah. So, sorry, I just got distracted. I just got a message. I do apologise. I just stopped recording for some strange reason. So what was I saying about Alpha Knight? Really cute, really sweet. Ethan and Solanka. Yeah, really enjoy this. It's garbage day and you can hear the garbage trucks. Sorry. So, in 11th position is Visions of Heat. Faith and Vaughn. This is actually book 2 of the Psy-Changeling series. I have reread it a bit. I do like this. It's very similar to the first book in a lot of ways. Faith is Psy. Vaughn is part of the Dark River. Shit. I think it's Dark River. Anyway, she is an F-Psy, so she sees the future, and her sister was just murdered, and it's her trying to figure things out, and her and Vaughn's pretty much straight away is like sort of like insta love, and he realizes pretty quick what she is to him, and he pushes her, but they're very similar in a lot of ways. I really do like this. This is lovely. But unfortunately, it's in number 11th position. And then number 10th position is another Trinity book, Ocean Light. I really like this because we get our first look of the changelings that live in the sea. Shit, I can't even remember what they call themselves now. But yeah, it's a whole thing about what kind of changeling she is, and you sort of have got to guess what she is, and it's about Bowen, and Bowen had some stuff go on, so now he's underwater in this researchy sort of facility. And yeah, him and Kaya have this beautiful relationship, and she's very standoffish and very complicated. And I really do actually really love this, and I probably would have ranked it higher, but there's just too many good books in this series. And then number 9 for me is Tangle of Need. I don't think this is a favourite of many people. I really love it. Riaz and Adria just have this... They're not mates, but their love is just, yeah, it's beautiful. And the way they get together, and Adria is just a prickly bitch. And I can see why she is the way she is, and I can see why Riaz is the way he is. And they better each other. So I think they're really good for each other in that aspect. Not that good for each other in the beginning, but, you know, whatever. But they're just, yeah, I really do love this one. And then in 8th position is Heart of Obsidian. I probably would have ranked this higher again, but yeah. Caleb is the most powerful Psy on the planet, hands down. He's a dual Psy cardinal. So he's got 2 abilities that he's like off the charts powerful. So Caleb, and he grew up not necessarily with the nicest person. He grew up with a serial killer. So yeah. And Sahara has been missing since she was 16, and this book starts off Caleb having have just rescued her, and she's very feral, and it's her trying to figure out her past, and him. He's very morally grey person, and any good that he has in him comes from Sahara, and he knows that, and he's just the sexiest Psy. And yeah, I really do enjoy this. And then number 7th position is Kiss of Snow. This has been building for books since like the first book when we met Hawk and Sienna, and it was like, oh, watch out. But this is another age gap romance. Hawk is in his 30s or something, and Sienna's like 19 when this book happens. They've known each other for years, and there's always been this sexual tension, or there's push and pull, I should more say, between them, because she was too young and he knew that. And so Hawk's a good guy. So, and I love his relationship with Lucas. I think it's awesome. And it's just very funny. Two very alpha males. So I really love that. And yeah, Sienna is a very strong cardinal Psy herself. And she's just the bee's knees. She really is. And then in 6th position is Crest by Ice. Book 3 or 4. Judd and Brenna. Judd is, I don't think he's a cardinal Psy, but he was an arrow. No, he's not cardinal, but he's very powerful. And Judd has specific skill sets. And Brenna has gone through trauma, a lot of trauma. So watch a little bit of the trigger warnings for this. But you don't really see what happened to her. She does talk about it a little bit though. Anyway, Judd and Brenna, slow burn romance. They develop this beautiful friendship, and then obviously it goes from there. But it's just, and then there is still a lot of prejudice within the pack. Brenna's a snow dancer wolf, so there is, even though they've taken in Judd and his family, the Lauren family, they've just had a lot going on. But Chris Bars, I really do love this one. And then in 5th position is Wolf Rain. This was beautiful. It really was. Alexei is a snow dancer wolf. He's a high-ranking lieutenant, and he's had a lot of family problems recently. And he comes across Memory in their territory, buried underground in like a jail. So she's been a prisoner. And they're just so beautiful, and she hasn't really known anybody for years, and yeah, it's just like Memory's need for touch, and Alexei trying to do the right thing. And this, by the way, with all of these books, is a lot of world building too. It's not just about these couples. That's what I love about this series so much, I think, as well, is just the world and how much is going on, and the world changes. I mean, the Trinity series is, a continuation of the Psy-Changeling series, where there was a particular way of things were going for the world then, and then things are changing in the world. So I quite love that. And then in 4th position, you probably, if you're a Psy-Changeling fanatic like me, you may have figured out what my top 4 are so far, but Branded by Fire. I love this book. Mercy and Riley are just sexual tension out the window, I tell you. And they're different too. They're both high up there. Riley's a lieutenant of the Snow Dancers, so he's a wolf. And Mercy is a sentinel of the Dark River. So she's a cat, a panther, jaguar. I can never remember what animals they are. They're big cats, basically. But yeah, so like I said, sexual tension out the window. They both have to liaise together. And yeah, this is just Riley is Brenna's oldest brother, and it's Andrew's older brother. So they've had their parents died young, so Riley more or less raised his younger siblings, so he's taken what happened to Brenna quite personally and a failure on his behalf. And Mercy just brings out the best in Riley and vice versa. And yeah, they're so beautiful together. Okay. In third position is what started it all. Slave to Sensation. I love Sasha and Lucas. I have reread this one a bajillion times, but Sasha and Lucas are they meet because of some housing project thing that she and Sasha and her mother wanted to do. So, but her mother is Nikita Duncan, who is like part of the Psy-Council. So she's like one of the ruling powers of the Psy sort of thing. And the Psy don't feel, and Sasha's starting to feel, and this is beautiful. Lucas is just, and you meet some of the pack, and you meet Hawk, and I really, really, really do love this. This is beautiful. And in number 2 position, my very, very worn Hostage to Pleasure. This was actually my favorite book for a very long time. But you might have realised what book 1 is by now, but that unfortunately knocked it off its socks. But this one is just gorgeous. Dorian is Dark River's sentinel. He is latent. I think that's what they call it. But yeah, he can't shift physically into the cat. I mean, he still has the animal inside him, but yeah. So he's become a sniper of the pack. He's just become the best warrior he can be, despite his disadvantages, which really aren't disadvantages. And Ashaya, she is Psy, one of twin, a scientist, very intelligent, and has a son who's in danger. And even though Psy aren't meant to feel, and she definitely feels for her son, this is very complicated with things going on with her sister, who is a very complicated person. And Dorian resents her a lot at first. But yeah, this is one of my all-time favourite books of the series, definitely. And then in first position is Silver Silence. First of the Psy-ChangelingTrinity books, actually. And this is about Valentine. I am really sorry. As you've noticed, I can't pronounce anything. And then you throw in a Russian name, I can't pronounce you at all. But Valentine is... I'm a teddy bear. Oh, he's just such a teddy bear. He really is. So, Silver Merchant, we've met before. She's was Caleb's assistant. as part of the merchant family, and she is quite powerful Psy on her own and very intelligent. But these days, in the start of this, she's the head of the Mnet. If you haven't read the Trinity series yet, I don't really want to tell you much, but she's basically more important than she was. And she now lives in Russia. Well, her and Caleb have more or less always been Russia, actually, when I think about it. But anyway, she's got Valentin who comes over constantly, and for reasons that she can't really fathom, she entertains him. Well, as much as an unfeeling Psy can entertain someone. And he is just my favourite character. He is just so, he's got a lot going on. He's got demons of his own, but he's so light-hearted, and he's just a big teddy bear. If I could pronounce it, I'd say it, what he usually says, but I can't pronounce it, but he is, I love Valentine. And his family, and the whole bears, and the little gangsters. Oh my God, the little gangsters. They were so cute. And I'm just thinking of the butter scene. If you know, you know. I love this book, really. I love the whole series. Like, the Psy-Changeling series is just beautiful. It really is. If you haven't read it, you should. For me, it really is a series that can't really do much wrong. I like to ignore any flaws that they may have, but I personally don't think they have many flaws. Some of them you probably should watch out for the trigger warnings for, but anyway, that was my Psy-Changeling ranking, which made no sense, and it was probably me going, oh yeah, these are great, oh yeah, and that's about it. But yeah, so thank you for watching. Oh, before I forget, I wanted to do like a Q&A thingy-majiggy thing. I recently got asked a question about tropes, so it sort of gave me the idea. But if you've got any questions for me or any video suggestions, comment down below. But yeah, if you have any questions for me, I really want to do like a get to know me Q&A thingy-majiggy. So any questions, books, personal, whatever, I'm happy to answer them. So yeah, that was about it. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it, and I shall catch you next time. Bye.